champion.
Spring 10.
Cell.
Build champ. I'm going to put in a little apostrophe. A champion. So.
Okay, that'll cost you 2.
Let's make that immediately at stage 2 of it.
Okay.
So 4 talents.
Are you up? It has facilities and personnel, so that's what
okay. So then it would be
2 and 1.
Yeah, 2 and 1.
So 4 talents.
Okay.
Okay, you've got a comfortable cell. You've got a cell that you could stick like a well-respected person into and not feel like it's a really nice room with a lock on the door.
There we go.
Yep.
You happy now, son of a bitch? Oh, sorry. So 50.3. All right.
All right. So that is being built this turn. He doesn't have it yet.
Yep. He won't be happy about it yet. All right. Good.
Great. Now he's in a shitty cell with construction next door. And some guy eating chips in your ear. It's like really bad.
I think we want to spend the we haven't transferred the money for the dragon training. The rest of it, we've only put the down payment down.
Yeah, that halfway through the season probably seems appropriate.
We'll throw the extra 9 dragon training 9 talents.
Thank you for keeping track. Ashoka, diplomancing.
Okay. Trying to figure out how to buddy with Dimitri and my goal is to make him like us enough for us to be able to bullshit some game. We're working towards, at a minimum, having us tell us when the bullshit happens.
This is basically not just one encounter with him. This is kind of like following up with letters. And there's a concerted effort over a long period of time.
Yes.
Over this 5-day period.
The BD group is putting the full court press on closing deals.
You already know that he takes a lot of money on the side for things.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got his hands probably in all the major fights.
Yes.
You can go ahead and give me your 7d6. Give me a second before you roll. Let me decide how many successes equal what in my head. And then you do know he likes bribes. Are you bribing him? The guy we're talking about is the Commissar of Games, Dmitry Vaska, whose office is above the jail of Vatopol. He's the Commissioner of Games and makes sure that there is a constant flow of blood and entertainment in the arena.
Okay, you want me to roll?
Yeah, are you bribing him or not? Each talent that you bribe, I'll allow 1 more die to be added.
At this, we're feeling it out at this point.
Okay.
And we are bribing him, but we're bribing him in sort of small amounts, but we're just feeling out the lay of the land.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking for 4 successes for something good to happen.
Okay.
Oh yeah, boy.
5 successes.
Okay, Ashoka, you actually you spend some time visiting him and try to set up matches, and you are trying to make him like you better, or are you trying to get something out of him? Like basically, that's how diplomacy works. Like you're either trying to affect his attitude, or you're trying to ask him for favors. You're either trying to get influence or spending your influence. It's kind of
we're getting influence. We want to have more influence with him.
Got it. He appreciates Ashoka's shrewd nature. What you do learn through your interactions with him is that Dmitry Vaska comes from a family, obviously the Vaskas, but the Vaskas are old nobility. They are Avician nobility. They are not imperial nobility. So this posting in Vatopol is like the highest that his family could achieve because they're not imperial nobility. Like this is his way of sticking it to the empire a little bit. or to maintain or have the privilege that he believes really underneath that he should have. He's also a money-grubbing bastard. Like, he doesn't care about the gladiators he sends to their death. He doesn't care about those things. He's not overtly, however, like, cruel like the head of the Knights of Vatapol is. Probably just selfish.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of complexity to him, and you spend some time with him, and he doesn't mind Ashoka's company. And let me just see here where I'm keeping track of. Because I think that moves you guys from friendly to helpful.
I just want him to say, the next fight might be all fucky. I just want him to let us know. That's what I want. I want him to be friendly enough that he's like, I should help these guys, and let them know the next fight is going to be on a trapeze or a flaming jank full of alligators. Or something.
Yep, the Commissar of Games is now helpful towards you. Chat has gotten weird. I'm not sure what's going on in chat either. Okay. It does that sometimes. Yeah, welcome. Okay, Ashoka has a new friend in Dmitry Vaska. I'm sure that your ludis will rise. It will take some time, however. You can't expect the victories to pile up overnight. Let everyone think they're taking advantage. And if a gladiator does die, you can always get a new one.
Speaking of, there's a worry about perception at this point. We've had an extraordinary run of good luck.
I do say so. The odds are slowly not in your favor for making money.
Yes. I feel that we are due for a big loss.
I see. Would this be a catastrophic loss or just a minor inconvenience?
Depends how training goes.
All right, guys.
If we have a few injuries in training, a catastrophic loss might be in order, but if training goes smoothly, then just a minor inconvenience.
Calm down, all of you. No. Don't feed it. Funny. All right. What was the last thing that you asked? I fucking don't recall. No blame. There's no blame. Just calm down.
The last thing I said was, if we have troubles in training and there are a bunch of injuries, then a catastrophic failure might be in order. If training goes smoothly, then just a minor inconvenience.
Well, if you want me to arrange a fight, I could help you with that. We could always understand that you've got some problematic gladiators that you want taken off your hands. I'm sure that one of the ludises will enjoy a quick win. I could arrange it for you. Of course, my time is valuable.
Of course. We'll have to take it under consideration. Not your time, of course. Your time is, of course, also valuable. It is the question of whom should be given the opportunity to help with this. Who would be willing to
Well,
Who would be most grateful to you for helping get a quick win?
I wasn't going to bring this to your attention right away, but given that you've opened my eyes to perhaps a path to making more money for the glory of the Empire. The host of the Grim Gobleen has issued several complaints that they believe that one or more of your gladiators are underranked.
God damn it.
I assure you that they are very skilled, but appropriately ranked via magic.
I am not sure if Magnus, when he's looking at one of his pages, I am not sure if Magnus is indeed a blooded gladiator, given what he has stood up against in his last three fights.
Magnus.
Compared to the other gladiators, even in our own city of blooded gladiators, Magnus would trounce them, given what I have seen firsthand. I do believe that there is a case here to be made that Magnus is to be re-evaluated.
Certainly. He has had a series of wins. He's proven himself. If it's
Given-
time to naturally move him up in ranks, that seems appropriate.
Given that a heroic tier, champion of a house, raises two fingers to Magnus himself, is of great concern. We also have a similar concern about Prentice Pennywise.
Your Gestalt bullshit is breaking our game.
The extra die, right?
The two of them likely need to be reevaluated. Now, there are two ways that we can go about the reevaluation. We could put them, of course, in the arena. This is more lucrative for all involved, but also could be more dangerous, as if we miscalculate, well, you know, it's a violent sport. And then the other way could be we could have some of our private trainers assess them in a series of quiet matches and drills. I, of course, know many, and I could attend these trials to make sure that everything is legitimate.
I think private ranking is more appropriate for us.
Excellent. A private ranking for a blooded gladiator who may very well be veteran or heroic, and then a veteran gladiator who may very well be heroic. We could do this in the next week of games with the appropriate trainers and perhaps a summoner. This will cost us 8 talents.
One second.
There'd be no fuss with the public and any other idiosyncrasies of dealing with other gladiatorial ludi. We will simply raise them in rank.
Perfect. It seems most appropriate. Of course, we do feel that you should attend to make certain everything is done appropriately.
Yes, 8 talents does include my fee.
We will include the apprentice fee along with this, I think. As in, we'll pay another talent just as a bribe.
Ah, yes, I see. That would be. We could make it a private function. Invite a few people to watch. Excellent. It is agreed, then. Magnus and Prentice Pennypincher will, I'll arrange the details.
Right. We will have the normal courier. Spring 10.
Excellent. You may also want to consider reaching out to any of the fans that you have. If there are any rich nobles that... there are many rich nobles in Vatapor and beyond that may want to sponsor a gladiator. Sponsoring a gladiator could relieve some of the expenses of housing them, training them. They may even get gifts for a time. I've asked around, and I noticed that Hypotube. Wow! Thanks, man. How do I make this little pop-up go away?
Magnus is a big deal.
I know that you are. You haven't reached out to any of these aristocrats. In fact, I have heard word that a couple of them might have been asking. Oh, and one more thing. There is this wizard, the Black, I believe his name is. He's been awfully fond of trying to get mage duels back in Vatapor.
Yes.
I really don't mind the idea. However, sometimes when wizards go crazy, they can cause a lot of destruction. A man with a sword is one thing. A man with a fireball is something else.
Does Vatapor have the appropriate magical protections to support such a fight?
We don't have the sufficient magical protections to have slave wizards. Again, I've mentioned this before, I believe, that we don't have a null stone. A null stone would be very much required. Plus the appropriate facilities. Of course, we could make those upgrades in time. Maybe the Duke will want to fund it. Who knows? He may see more wizards as a raising of the prestige of this duchy.
Yes. The Crimson
Hello
Scale
there.
has-
Hello!
Hello, love.
Hello, love! Why, you know, Panda? I like the nickname.
Oh, we should bring what's his name back. What was his name?
Yeah, we do voices on our channel.
Pudding? No, it was Pudding. What was his name? The guy that was with
Bumbo.
Bumble. You want some of my pie?
We got all sorts of voices. Alright, so you're meeting with Dimitri. Vaska goes, well, he's helpful. He's telling you should go and try to find some rich benefactors.
Sponsors, yeah.
You already have a rich benefactor, which he may or may not have pieced together. The person who funded your gladiatorial ludus.
That Magnus keeps saying.
He also said that this upstart wizard that Phineas hasn't told you about. You knew
No,
that
I don't know.
you knew that he showed up and Phineas and him had words, but this upstart wants to start wizard fighting, and he basically warned you that like he's going to want to fight your wizards. And then he told you that he would arrange a match where you get rid of one of your unwanted gladiators for a small fee, and then he's willing to handle in a private way the reassessment of the tier of Magnus and Prentice, the two best gladiators that your ludus had. So overall, your diplomancy of Dimitri Vaska has gone really well. In fact, he's one of the few allies you have in town. The only two that are helpful right now are the Commissioner of Games and the Beast Tamers. That is all. That is all. Ashoka returns to the ludus of the conclave of Crimson Scale. Let us see what the rest of you are doing in this gladiatorial turn.
And if people were wondering what happened to all the wealth we just made, mostly got spent this turn.
He spends it.
We spent it, master, yes.
How much did we have by the end of the year? 100 or so?
We started with 100.
But we need to pay off something to Van What's-His-Face.
No. We need to, like, our current upkeep cost is...
We need to go see the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that this turn? Anybody free?
Yeah, you guys can go and visit the dragon that you have other people other people are training for.
Can Magnus take a day to do that, or like half a day, half an hour?
You can do that together. So
Okay,
Ashoka returns to the ludus with news that things are going well with Dimitri. I don't know how much you share with those. Magnus is training his gladiators. Phineas is crafting. What is Phineas crafting?
I think it's time to get Ashoka's charisma item.
Cool.
Okay. This is a +2 charisma item.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any other secondary properties.
So, quick thing.
He could put it into the circlet of persuasion.
It would be $4,000, and then the circle of persuasion would be half of that. He could probably do that in a 5-day period.
Marty, we have a lot of people who are kind of new, so could you give them a 5-second?
Sure, I'm gonna play the frickin' video while I go to a quick washroom break. So this is our 20th game.
Would you get a bottle?
Yeah, well, I had Perrier water for dinner.
If it's empty, then fill it. God
So
damn
this
it.
is the 20th, the 19th game of this current campaign. The same campaign verse is the same world and some of the same enemies as a previous campaign that we played of 77 games, as well as another mini campaign that we played about 30 games in. So there's this Marty verse, as the chat has called it. But this is our little intro movie for this particular campaign that I threw together. This is not professional. This is the stuff we do because we are nerds in our off time. Enjoy.
Betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Love this.
Time, 90% of the time.
90% of the time, it works 100% of the time, yeah. So basically, in this world controlled by the Empire, we
Did it play?
we're doing. Yeah. I'm just giving a quick thing. We're right now doing a turn. We're basically saying what each master is doing, and the masters control. We have a bunch of employed prisoners that have worked, employed prisoners, slaves basically, that are gladiators, and we are ranking them up, we're training them, we're doing all sorts of things, and also maybe sabotage or
And then
getting deals. Yeah.
we toggle each game between this group of masters that are managing a gladiatorial ludus, and then the off game that we toggle between is a group of captives from a far-off war-torn land that are slowly making their way towards this city, and they are being ferried along, and they're stopping off in every city that they go to and participating in these gladiatorial games. The Empire has set up the games as a way to cull the herd.
Beautiful fight.
To cull the herd of all these non-humans that they've found themselves lords of, following a massive conquest of a continent or two. All right, so we were going through the gladiatorial turn. Phineas, who is the drugged-up Imperial wizard wannabe, manages to craft a circlet for Ashoka, who is also one of the masters, and then he buries his head back into his dark chambers, along with his bird Nyx, that is very truthful and scathing.
Shitty bird.
Ashoka gets his new circlet. Cid, you are going to sabotage another.
I'm gonna go
ludus.
assassinate a newly resurrected gladiator who's important for some plan, and you don't know what it is yet. But hearing that she might kill all of her goblins.
Oh,
it's kind of
not,
intriguing
it's
to me.
not sabotage, it's assassinate?
It's assassinate, because we're gonna go and assassinate.
Okay,
It's sabotaging a ritual. It's
Sabotaging it. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take 7 days to do something. I don't know what that something is.
Okay. You don't know what that something is.
Like how much do I have to kill him from scratch, or just like poison him, or I want to describe what's going on to Ashoka and Phineas, maybe get his opinions. Did Phineas know about this?
Ashoka, well, you can talk to Phineas if you want, but Ashoka told you not to. So it's up to you to decide how that goes.
I need
That'll work for Ashoka.
I need a D100 from the chat to find out what Shitbeard has reincarnated as. Oh, Demon Lord! Demon Lord was right on that. All right, so kaboom, D100
Sits beside a D100.
Give me another roll.
You just kill him and reincarnate him. Nope, slice.
In 3.5, we used to do that, or you used to do that.
Shut up.
Okay. 3 rolls are all the same result, so apparently Modron has spoken. I need a D2 because your sex can change, or your gender can change with reincarnate.
One's for the wee wee, two's for the wahoo.
Wahoo it is. Oh.
Wahoo!
He's the father. I don't know. I don't
That's
have
right.
kids. So...
That's right, kids.
He's the most responsible of all of us.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? All right, so Cid has gone off. I'm assuming you healed that damage that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused as well. Cid flies out of the city back towards the Baydock area where the goblins have taken over, the infested goblins everywhere. They keep them outside the city walls. They don't let goblins wander around free inside the city walls because this is a human town run by a lawful empire.
But what if they're wearing a glorious little top hat with a monocle?
They are allowed to escort themselves to the domain of death that is the Vatapol Civic Arena that is just down the road. Okay, Cid, where are you performing this sabotage? Are you going to the Goblin Queen's house? Are you going into the Goblin Cave? Are you going to the house of the Grim Gobleen?
Rewind. 1 sec. Rewind. Cid is gonna do this, but he's having a chat with Ashoka first.
Okay, that is wise.
Hey,
Nem is there because Nem is a fun voice.
pulls Ashoka and Nim back in like.
All right, Nem comes up.
Yes, of course, I'm part of the inner circle, yes.
Yes, of course you are.
So, I think it's time to go and break up their little party. Cid was gonna go and try to find out more about the plan.
I'm not sure that breaking about the party is very polite, but Nim is on the path of politeness. You are not, obviously.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't be here if I was. So.
Oh, the traveling circus of fucking Ratimer and the Bone Crew. It's basically what it's been.
Basically,
right?
that's what it is.
It's a circus, but for gladiating. It's an awesome idea.
So here's the thing.
Yes,
We've only got a few days left before he comes back.
that is a thing, yes.
I can go and... I don't know how much needs to be done to interrupt. And it's quite dangerous. I'm wondering if it's worth it. Interested to know what it is they plan. There's no time. It's too dangerous to do that. And more dangerous to find out what is their plan. What do you think? Assassinate? I mean,
Nim
This
is not
a
on the
crime?
killing path yet. Nim is not sure how to solve this while staying on the polite path.
This is a prime opportunity to either get some information about them or to disrupt their plans.
What the fuck did I do with that pen?
What the fuck is
Oh,
going
wait, what
on
are you
over there?
doing, dude? There's a pen. Roll a d20.
Did I kill my head on the
Cards,
stairs?
tables, whatever.
Initiative roll, Marty. The pen's winning.
You're defeated by the chair.
That was like a 1.
Uh,
I love that pen.
so, this opportunity has presented itself, and you must do something. Either get us information, or you could learn about the ritual. We can kill him again.
That's true. True indeed.
The real question is whether or not they can restart the ritual after it's been disrupted.
I don't think so. Well, shit, I don't know. Let's get information on him. Good point. Try to figure out what the plan is. I like your thinking.
I will leave it in your capable hands.
We'll
and
kill him
remember,
later. Yes.
Don't
Yes,
tell
kill
it.
him.
Inside voice.
Shh. Shh, Sid. Yes.
I am worried that killing is not polite. I am not too sure what I'm supposed to do here.
Don't worry, Nim. We're being very polite.
All right. Sid will
may
be
or may
off now.
But is it really polite to deny the gods their due?
Shut up. Sid turns around. Again. Sid's. Hold on. See if I'm gonna drink some potions here first. Sid.
Can you do the bad thing, like, just all the time?
No, I can do it I think 6 or 7 times a day.
Okay, all the time.
Well, yeah, 5 times.
Yeah, that's a lot of. You
But I
do
can
it.
stay. I can stay like that for as long as I want. So it's kind of
Yeah.
pretty cool.
What did we decide? What did the inner circle decide to do?
No idea.
Sid will make a call.
Ah, very, very good.
Okay.
And if he gets caught, we will deny that we've ever known him.
Yes, of course. That is part of the lying path. Yes, I am not on that path yet.
No, you might get fast-tracked.
Okay. Sid's gonna do.
Maybe.
Sid's gonna do.
possibility.
Sid's gonna wait for one of the doors to open and close, and then he's gonna be going through that way.
If I'm on the fast track, does that mean that you will restore my invisibility or my wing?
We'll see if it sticks. He'll cast visibility on them.
Yes, fast track, here we come.
5 minutes later, oh, seems it's not quite ready yet.
All right, so Cid, you're flying back over the city
Yeah.
to the Baydocks,
To the home,
to the
Queen's home.
Queen's home. Okay,
Yeah.
you're just camping out there. What is your intent on getting inside of the home of the Queen?
Why?
Yeah, what's the sabotage that we're gonna roll?
It's going to be actually. I'm gonna find out more about the plan. So, see if they have some kind of thing set up in the basement. That's kind of weird. Maybe not. See if there's any trap doors.
So you're spying. You're not interrupting.
I'm spying. I'm not interrupting. I'll spy for now, and then I'm gonna go and watch on the 7th day to see what happens. When I observe and then
It's a
talk.
7-day ritual, so that would be in the next turn. So I think we could do a turn of spy and then possibly try to
Yeah,
assassinate.
it probably happens in this one, given that you fought somewhere in the middle of the last turn.
Yeah.
So he wants.
Okay.
He knows when the 7th day is. He wants to be there for the 7th day to see what happens.
Okay, so you're
Talk
just
with the other
hands off
mages and
then.
see what happens.
You're hands off
now.
doing spying.
For now, I want to find out what the plan is. What is their friggin' plan?
I love the Goblin Queen is green all the way down.
Okay.
Also, they said they had. I think they said they had bodies delivered to them. I don't know if that is a thing.
Give me. You have effectively 6 dice. You are just spying. Cid is really good at this. I'm going to give you an extra dice because bonus. And you're looking for 3 successes to learn a thing.
Okay, you have to do that again. I didn't get anything.
Successes.
Yeah, you got 4 successes.
Okay, I can't see results for some reason.
Okay, Cid, you spend days watching and watching and watching. What you realize is that there is now a new person guarding the body or guarding the sarcophagus.
Okay. Body's not exposed, right? It isn't that.
It is a woman that is dressed in. By the time you see her, in simple spun robes. She's somewhat attractive. She's human. Kind of an olive skin complexion. She has set beside her the horse chopping sword, or the horse chopper, and has a bunch of equipment that once belonged to Shitbeard on her person. Nearby, guarding, is Kane of Groomsh and Mama Bloodbear. Give me another perception check.
Okay. Traps or no?
Nope.
22?
Yeah, Mama Bloodbear just creeps you out. It's her teeth. She seems to be quite disciplined in keeping a constant vigil over this.
Yeah. I'm not getting close to that shit.
Kane looks much more bored with his duties. He's kind of off to the side. It looks like he's gone through a few kegs at this point in time. He's like mowing down some meat off the bone, like picking at the bone, and one goblin kind of goes up towards his plate of untouched meat, and he growls at them. The woman seems to be meditating.
It would be so easy to go ka-chunk.
The box is not open. It is closed.
Well, Cid is assuming that
dozens and dozens of goblins in here. Like, there's still at least 100 goblins. They may have split up over time into shifts. There's at least 100 goblins lounging around. Some of them are yawning. It's really boring to guard, especially when they're not expecting any trouble.
Do they know? Sid's sitting there thinking, "How do I kill you?" Okay, so I'll just wait for the 7th day to see what happens, what they have to do.
Okay, you wait for a couple more days. There seems to be a lot of activity on this day. Inside the mouth of the cave, it looks like they are building a pyre.
Inside the mouth of the cave?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Like, actually, just outside the mouth of the cave, they're building a big pyre.
Okay, because in the mouth of the cave, that's a bad idea. They're planning to choke themselves? Interesting.
The queen comes down for this. She comes over and she like goes over and holds the goblin friend. Aye, your queen.
Quiet, the queen is talking.
The queen of you all, Gobleen. Want to introduce someone to you. Her name? What do you want to be called, dearie? I was thinking Anna, goblin friend. Anna, goblin friend. She is now your new druid. The spirit of Shitbeard. She almost can't believe that she's saying those words. Now resides in her. And from her, one day all of you will be renewed.
All right, now it's kind of hot. Just look at that token.
Yay! Honor!
Oh, wow.
Goblin friend honor!
She is important to us, and you will listen to her. Just as you listen to Shitbeard. Just as you listen to Mama Bloodbear and Cain.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, she is leader. But Nata is queen.
Ahmed is playing up the 6 wisdom quite well, as he's obviously confused in the fact that he missed it. You fucking missed it.
No, I heard what she's gonna do. I'm just
Is it
that's
safe
a
now?
cool plan.
Sindara says, "Someone pass me the torch." The goblin goes and passes her this large torch, kind of like a bronze staff with a torch end on it. She basically flicks her hand, and magic, like a cantrip, lights the torch. And now we will commit Shitbeard's bones and flesh to ash. And hands the torch off to Anna Goblin Friend. Anna Goblin Friend pauses for a moment, breathes, and puts the torch into the kindling. The pyre lights quickly. It looks like they've splashed oil over it, and pretty soon there is a roaring fire that is consuming the elaborate coffin, inside of which apparently are Shitbeard's body.
Sid's remembering her face. Skid,
Okay.
Skid. Sid has sketch as a craft, so he's doing like the cave, Mama Bugbear, like his little notebook.
While in bat form?
No, like later when he goes back. So he's just remembering, using like end checks to remember things.
The cave is deep.
He hasn't done it all. He'll wait till it's cleared out before he can scout the whole thing.
Okay.
Mission Impossible music. That's
It's a bat.
I think you've learned what you're going to learn. Scouting
yeah.
scouting out the cave would be another
It'll be
action.
something else. He's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Not now. Yeah. So he's gonna head back.
Mama Bloodbear comes up and shakes Anna Goblin Friend's hand. Anna seems a little reluctant to shake the hand at first, but then does. And Cain just gives her a nod and a snort, and seems to be disinterested in all of this.
Well, now...
We will have to get you. We will have to get you to swear the oath again. It's not like I haven't done that a couple of times. There's a nice laugh. It is so good to have a friendlier face. No offense, Mama Bloodbear. None taken.
Hello.
You have witnessed some sort of strange reincarnation ceremony, and managed to fly back to the ludus to report to Ashoka and the others.
Well, Ashoka, really. The others. Not too bad. But this is interesting.
What does Cid make of this?
He thinks that they're going to use the rebirth through the druid. So probably Cid has low wisdom.
Uh-huh.
But he's very smart.
Ahmed thinks they plan to druid reincarnate the goblins as different races, something more powerful than goblins. And she has hundreds of them. but I don't remember how much that shit costs. So I don't know if that's the actual plan, but
I like it. You tell Ashoka that.
that's what I heard.
All right, so Cid has his theories. You go flying back. Nem interrupts Ashoka while he's having tea.
And what did we learn?
Ashoka?
Yeah.
Cid is definitely not back yet. He is not back at all. He is not sitting in the other room.
Oh. He's not back yet and not sitting in the other room.
Nope.
Stealth check to go right into that
Okay.
room and be like,
Ashoka-
I'm over here.
Ashoka, you're getting better.
Yes, Nem is still on the path of politeness.
Okay, Ashoka is going to go to the other room. Nem is practicing lying. He will,
Yep, Nem is now on the path of lying, the path of the liar.
La liar's path.
So,
He's a little devil. He's got stages he needs to go through.
Yeah.
it seems Shitby has been reincarnated as something else. A woman, a human. Not bad either. Kind of what she looks like. Whoosh.
He
I guess I
he
need
makes
a
little
craft
drawings.
check. Yeah, I have little drawings.
Okay.
So,
Alright,
sketch
we'll
artist.
scrap- I hope it's like I'm hoping for a 1 because I want to make fun of your stick man.
23.
That's not bad.
This is like a stick figure.
I feel like we have the universal sign for a bathroom.
Notice the bony fingers. Oh, freak. Okay.
All right.
Something interesting that I caught the queen say.
Did you catch word of their plan?
I'm not sure. She said she's the one. This is the one that you will have your rebirth through. Or from. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe reincarnate them?
Was she talking to a bunch of goblins, or was she talking to someone who was
All of them. All of the goblins.
Okay, so it was religious zealotous gobbledygoo. Oh yes, our armies will march on through the darkness forever and ever, and into eternity we will blah 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 blah. That sort of a speech?
No. The speech was along introduce you to someone who is now your druid, who now with the spirit of Shipyard resides. This is the one that you will be reborn through, or reborn from, something like that.
All right.
So, I didn't kill anyone. I wanted to.
There's always
Goblin with nose hair pissed me off. Sorry. But, I think there was more to it. I think that had to do with the plan.
Tim Tam Tibbo, thanks for the fall.
All right. So, did you learn anything?
What? Sorry, I was listening to the Twitch for a second.
If she, I could
Multitask.
ask any of her goblins what she told all of her goblins. You've been there for a week. Did you learn anything?
Well, the main thing I wanted to learn was what their ritual was, how she came about, how she came back.
Perfect. How do we disrupt it in the next time?
Nim is on the path of rituals.
They were very cautious about the body of the reincarnated.
Was there a magical focus for the ritual?
Yes, of course there is.
I didn't see one.
But Cid did not see one, but Cid can roll. Cid didn't see the actual casting.
No, there was no spell. She was meditating for a while, and then they gathered, and then they set the pyre, and you saw the one little cantrip light the torch, and then they burned the body.
No, I didn't see any. It was meditation, and then by the time I came back, there was the human.
All right. Was the human... Ashoka's going to roll a spellcraft.
Actually, Cid can roll spellcraft as well.
13. Magic was used.
Magic. It's a magical world.
All right, he doesn't realize that she's likely still has a negative level right now, which might be what they were talking about.
23 for Cid.
What are you trying to figure out?
How the hell this reincarnation was working? Like, there was, how much did it, like, gold? Like, what were the magic items? Not magic
23. You're thinking that it was reincarnate, although you never saw the spell cast. You can read the reincarnate spell if you want. If that's like 23 is high enough that you could know about reincarnate. Yeah.
Cid, I think we need to do some work on goals. Creating goals of different lengths, short-term goals, long-term goals, so that we can stay focused when we are doing tasks. If you weren't planning on learning about the ritual, then why were you spying on the cave? If all the gods are in the cave, why aren't you going to their other facilities to learn about them? This is what happens if we have what's the phrase? Dog with two bones?
I don't care about your dogs, how many bones they have.
Nim cares very
comment.
much about all the doggies.
Stupid
all the
comment.
doggies. Must care for all the doggies.
All right. Don't worry, Cid. This is a
bugbear.
learning experience.
Listen,
We
the
will do
bugbear.
better next time. Ashoka is...
He's reaching for a crossbow. Actually, he's like putting his hand on it. He's like,
Ashoka
The
is
bugbear.
lying. 37. He's very disappointed, and he's hiding it through cheer and goodwill, and don't worry, we'll do it next time. We only squandered this glorious opportunity to learn about a whole bunch of things that you made a list of, and then you chose to do nothing.
All right, so that was the sabotage, which was more like spying. Crafting went on. You got your circlet. Zed is training the dragon. Sonah is training other gladiators. Give me 3 rolls for Droll training. Maybe I'll just share the sheet while we're going through this.
Droll gets 2.
Okay, so you're training one of your gladiators for strength. Drain, 3 rolls.
Drain gets 2.
Let me just adjust this.
I think that means Drain succeeds.
Drain has upped his strength. Yeah.
Ahmed, do you want to up Drain's
so
strength?
does Droll have?
The Droll does not upgrade yet.
Why does he need 3 successes?
He needs 3. He only got 2.
Oh,
You are healing Sir Prentice Pennywise's fatigue.
so Drain had strength,
4
right?
rolls,
1 success.
which is enough to get rid of it.
Nice.
Bull, 3 training for strength.
Come on, Bull! 3 successes!
Oh, wow. He's almost there.
Yeah, he's almost there.
Fleas is being trained as a bard. Fleas is their Knoll.
God damn it! It's level up, please. You can do it.
4 rolls. We were looking for one success.
Just do it. Okay, you did it.
All right,
you did
he's
a good
finally
job,
level
Fleas.
2.
You told a joke and it was funny.
Let's have a look at Fleas' build. I haven't looked at Fleas in a while. So Fleas is This guy.
Gladiator bard
He's a gladiator bard
who's going to level up.
who was born in slavery, and the person who owned him was an aristocrat, and they thought it was funny to have an aristocrat kind of like a squire that was a gnoll. But he's really strong, and now he's a second level gladiator, which is kind of a variant of fighter, and a second level bard gestalt.
He's
Cool.
going to third level right now.
Oh, he leveled up third? Cool.
Yeah, that's what he was training.
Oh, change his gestalt to... Okay, you're doing that.
Yeah, I changed it at the top and changed it at the bottom.
Awesome. Akka,
Training's
he
done.
is training one of his strength. Give me a roll.
How many?
Just one.
Yes.
One success. He's at 2 out of 3.
Them.
Vanu is resting. Old Vigo entertained 2 dice.
One success.
Okay, he is entertained. Dren Zerko 3 dice.
One success.
All right, they're no longer feeling bad for being traded to your ludus. Of course, you haven't made them fight at all, so that is also pretty good.
Yeah.
From what you learn for old Vigo, Sonah actually talks to Magnus.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, Magnus, do you have a moment?
Yeah, of course. Of course. What is it?
Vigo, the old one. He's gonna be next to fucking useless in the arena.
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
But
I know he's fucking old.
you know, he might have an interest in magic. I know he's really old and he could keel over tomorrow, but if anything, he could be maybe a sorcerer or a bard with the proper training and tutelage. I'm hoping that is not too much to ask. I could also help him. Given that he hasn't handled a gun in years, and they don't allow firearms in the civic arena, any slaves having firearms for that matter, that would be ridiculous, right?
So you're saying it's probably better as a caster of some type. A
Stand in the
bard.
back, kind of like I do, except without the whip. We've already got a couple of bards, maybe some sort of sorcerer, and see what sort of blood he has, huh?
It's not a bad idea, Sonah. I'll bring it up with the other masters. Probably need to expand our training facilities a little bit.
I could, if you don't have me planned for another fight, I could spend some time with him. Of course, I do need my third fight this season, unless you plan on selling me back to the city.
Nah, I don't think you're gonna keep you here. Magnus can fight again. We could probably put you in a fight.
Well, myself, Drull, and Drain need their third fights. Prentice has already had his, unless, of course, and he kind of...
We'll see about Prentice. But for now, no, you can train him. It's not a bad idea. We're gonna look up a. We'll get an appropriate fight for you.
Excellent. Looking forward to it, he says. He's not looking forward to it.
It's like, oh great.
Right. Another thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave our priest of the five-faced god alone with Vanu and Akka. Something bad might happen. They got into a bit of a religious debate the other day, and you know how well Akka and Vanu debate.
That sort of reminds Ashoka that he was supposed to go talk to Akka. I mean, this is not, but this reminds Adam that Ashoka made a note to go talk to Akka.
Yep.
Get down.
Just saying. But yes, if I have some spare time, and if you'll let me, I will take old Vigo under my wing. It would be very... I would be very happy. Oh. The other one, the other new guy, what's his name?
Zerko. Dren.
Dren?
Dren.
He's a fucking asshole.
Why do you say that?
He's an inquisitor of Hextor. He's trying to convert everyone. Rather unsuccessfully. He's almost as bad as the priest of the five-faced god.